I'm super proud of you. I got to see you from the very first day that you got here till right now. And I'm just really, really honored to have get to know you. Let's talk about the first time we met real quick.
Yeah, I was in bad shape. I think I needed at least a pint to get here. I didn't want to come here, so it was a pretty rough move. I actually didn't make it here that time to the program. I found a way out of it. I gave it a good run for a couple months, and then, yeah, I needed to come here.
I think that's what makes right now so special, as I'll never forget the first time I met you and the state you were in until the way you are right now. I think it's amazing. So I love this question right here. What would you say to the person you used to be?
All those things that you felt about yourself, tainted, broken, dirty, unlovable, they're all lies. You have worth. What happened to you as a child, the alcoholism, that does not define who you are.
Man, that's powerful, man. That was really, really powerful. Can you talk briefly about your past?
My past started when I was like 4, when I was a victim of a molest. That's where the anger and the fear started. Later on in life, I actually worked with adolescent sex offenders and then went on to work with severely emotionally disturbed kids in a treatment center. I witnessed a lot of sadness in them, their trauma, and then I suffered my own trauma there. A lot of restraints, witnessed suicide attempts, a lot of self-harm, kids that AWOL'd, especially one that I was close to and enjoyed working with. He had AWOL'd for another program, and I found out he died of an overdose. And through all that, working there is when I started to use alcohol just to cope. After my son was born, the bottom kind of came out. I started to believe that what happened to me and what happened to some of those kids that I worked with, I believed that they were going to happen to my son, and that was a pain. I couldn't take that. And just other feelings and memories came rushing back, and my drinking went off the charts. And the whole time I was destroying my family, and I knew it. That killed me just as much, but I was so deep in it, I didn't see a way out. My wife, thankfully, she laid it down for me, and I started to go. I attended a couple other programs, which there was no success, but she was persistent about texting me the link to the Life Change Recovery Program. And I finally agreed, and it was the best decision of my life.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. So you being here in the Life Change Recovery Program, right? Tell us about your relationship with Jesus.
It's wonderful. What I find funny is when I was really caught up in my worst moments, no matter what was going on, my wife angry at me, my son sad, I'm just off the charts, drunk or detoxing, and always thinking the worst was going to happen. I always had this feeling at the eye of that storm that was very calm to me. And I couldn't understand. I'm like, why do I feel like everything's going to be all right? After I got here and I was walking across the street with you, and this is after my son and my wife just dropped me off, I was walking across the street, and for the first time in a long time, all the anxiety, stress, anger, fear, pain went away. I now know that was God. You're in the right place. This is where you need to be. And that was that feeling now that was all over me. That was that feeling that I always had right there at the center. But other than that, my confidence has grown. I'm happy for the first time in a long time.
Come on, man. I think the joy of the Lord is our strength, right? And I can sense the joy of the Lord in you from the very first time I met you to right now. I see a tremendous growth in you, and I'm super proud of you. One thing I know to be true is if you keep the Lord next to you, you'll have an amazing life. I know family is really near and dear to you, and it's important to you, right? So describe your family situation now compared to a year ago, because this is God's restoration power right here.
With my son, I think the greatest thing I heard him say to me was that he liked this daddy much more than the old daddy, and that was the best. There's still work to be done, and that work's going to be done when I leave here. I'm Jeff Des Plaines, and it just means a whole new start to a new life, new adventures, new possibilities, and nothing but happiness for myself and for my family.